Invincible has no shortage of brutal, cunning, and downright terrifying villains. Some tested Mark Grayson's strength, while others challenged his very beliefs. Let's dive into the 10 best villains that left a lasting mark on the series. Doc Seismic is a deranged scientist who wields earthquake bands to control and manipulate the Earth itself. He can also command various underground creatures, like the Magma Knights, to carry out his plans. Doc initially bested Mark Grayson in their first confrontation, only to be defeated when his own blast backfired. Though many heroes dismiss Doc Seismic as a joke, he's far more dangerous than they realize and has posed a global threat on multiple occasions. In later issues, Seismic successfully captures all the superheroes and even defeats Invincible, only to be ultimately stopped by Darkwing and Cecil's Reaniman. Omni-Man became Mark's first major foe and one of his most significant failures. After he revealed his true identity as a Viltrumite, Omni-Man and Invincible clash in a brutal worldwide battle. Mark struggles to reach his father, but even with him nearly being killed, he ultimately manages to break through to him. In the end, Mark and the world must contend with the aftermath of his father's violent assault. Omni-Man would have swiftly dominated Earth if not for Invincible. He was not only the most powerful superhero on the planet, but he had also effortlessly slaughtered the members of the Guardians of the Globe without even breaking a sweat. Battle Beast was once the protector of his home planet, but after endless battles, he started to go crazy for violence and sought out an opponent powerful enough to end his life. He effortlessly overpowered Invincible and the Guardians of the Globe, sparing them only because he considered them too weak to be worth his time. Whilst Battle Beast is typically an enemy to all, he allied with the Coalition of Planets, but only to feed his desire for violence during their war with the Viltrumites. During the conflict, Battle Beast clashed with the Viltrumite leader Thragg, and the two engaged in an epic battle that lasted for weeks, spanning across 5 issues. The Sequids are an alien hive mind made up of squid-like creatures that can take control of a host's mind when bonded, effectively adding them to their collective army. First discovered on Mars, the Martians were able to contain them due to their shape-shifting abilities, but managed to escape by bonding with astronaut Roose Livingston during a disastrous space mission. The Sequids have posed a significant threat to Earth on multiple occasions, successfully infiltrating both the Guardians of the Globe and the US government in their pursuit of total domination. Through Roose Livingston, the Sequids managed to retake control of Mars before being stopped by Invincible. Regardless, they returned to launch an invasion of Earth, forcing Mark to make the difficult decision to eliminate the human host to prevent their conquest. Angstrom Levy is a brilliant scientist capable of opening portals to the multiverse. Witnessing the devastation caused by Invincible and Omni-Man, Levy embarked on a noble mission to collect the knowledge of his alternate selves in an effort to help other worlds without resorting to violence. He enlisted the Mauler twins to assist with his mind transfer device, but Invincible intervened, causing the machine to explode and leaving Levy mutated by the overwhelming knowledge of his alternate selves. With a deep urge for revenge, Levy launched multiple attacks against Invincible, determined to kill him and make him suffer. Armed with boundless knowledge of the multiverse, Angstrom Levy ordered war on Invincible and everyone he holds dear. His relentless hatred for Mark pushed him further than any other villain, forcing Invincible to lose control for the first time and forever altering his perspective on being a hero. Dinosaurus is a brilliant dinosaur and the alternate persona of David Anders, a human who transforms into the creature when overwhelmed. As an environmental extremist, Dinosaurus holds twisted beliefs, convincing himself that the only way to save the Earth is by destroying it. The genius dinosaur unleashed widespread destruction and death in his misguided attempt to protect the world, even destroying the entire city of Las Vegas to return the Nevada desert to its natural state. Eventually, Invincible forms an uneasy alliance with Dinosaurus after being betrayed by Cecil in an effort to save the world on a global scale, until their partnership comes to a tragic end when Dinosaurus detonates bombs in Greenland, triggering catastrophic floods worldwide. Robot, also known as Rudolph Connors, is one of the brightest minds in the Invincible Universe. As the leader of both the Teen Team and the Guardians of the Globe, Robot has saved the world countless times. During one mission, he and fellow Guardian Monster Girl are trapped in the alternate dimension of the Flaxans while trying to prevent them from conquering Earth. Robot eventually becomes the ruler of the Flaxan dimension, governing with an iron fist for 1,000 years before returning to Earth just months after his disappearance. With his return, Robot's obsession for power grows, and he seeks to rule Earth as he did the Flaxan dimension. To accomplish this, he traps Invincible in an alternate dimension and eliminates anyone who could pose a threat to his reign. After taking out many heroes and villains, Robot's plan succeeds when he strikes a deal with the Viltrumites, ensuring that Invincible cannot kill him and securing his position as the head of the Global Defense Agency. Thragg was born on Viltrum and engineered to be one of the strongest of his kind. Following the assassination of the previous Emperor, Thragg led the Viltrumite civil war to restore order and purge the planet of any weakness. After the war, with only the most powerful Viltrumites remaining, Thragg ascended to the throne as the new Emperor and began his mission of universal conquest. As the primary antagonist of the Invincible Universe, Thragg wages a relentless war across the cosmos, leaving nothing but death and destruction in his wake. Him and his Viltrumite army were eventually defeated during the Viltrumite War, though Thragg and many of his forces survived. Seeking vengeance, Thragg was ultimately overthrown and exiled from the Viltrumite Empire. Later in the future, he began breeding with Thraxans to create a new army, where Invincible would finally defeat Thragg on the surface of the sun. Conquest was one of the mightiest Viltrumites, never failing to conquer a planet. Unlike others of his kind, he had no interest in expanding the Viltrumite Empire. His sole desire was to quench his thirst for violence. When he arrived on Earth, Conquest brutally assaulted Mark, relishing the chance to truly unleash his power, and killed Atom Eve right before Mark's eyes. Just to go over an additional villain we can't forget to mention is Universa. Universa, a desperate warrior from a distant world, comes to Earth in search of energy to save her dying planet. Her fight with Mark Grayson doesn't go as planned, but it challenges them both in unexpected ways. While Universa is imprisoned, Mark gradually earns her trust and understands her plight. Wanting to help, he assists her in storing nuclear energy within her cosmic weapon, the Staff of Leadership. With her mission complete, she returns to her world, vowing to one day repay his kindness.